Biכורים, Perek Beis, Mishnah Yud. Continuing on with the discussion that we're having about a koi, this animal which is a sofik behema, sofik chaya. The Mishnah before told us in what ways this animal is compared to a chaya. Now the Mishnah starts off by asking, Ketzad shove lebehema. In what way is this koi compared to a behema? The first one is, says the Mishnah, Chel boy oso kechelev behema. The chelev, the forbidden fats of this koi, are going to be also like the chelev of a behema. The chelev of a behema is also to eat, it's also ba'achila. The chelev of a chaya is mutter ba'achila. But since this animal, this koi, is a sofik behema, sofik chaya, therefore, since we're talking about devices, because to eat the chelev of a behema is also devisa, therefore the rule always is sofik devisa l'chumra. And therefore, it's also to eat the chelev of this koi. The Mishnah continues, Ve'ein chayovim olav koris. However, unlike in the normal case of a chaya, if a person eats the chelev of a behema on purpose, he's chayav koris, and if he eats it b'shoigeg, he eats it by accident, he's chayav achatos. However, somebody who eats the chelev of a koi is not chayav, he's not chayav koris, and he's not chayav achatos, because it's only forbidden al sofik. The Mishnah carries on, Ve'einoi nilkuch b'chesef maaseh lechol b'Yerushalayim. You cannot take your Maaseh Sheni money and buy with it in Yerushalayim a koi. The rule is that a farmer, as we've mentioned many times in the past, needs to separate 10% of his crop as Maaseh Sheni. You take that crop to Yerushalayim and you eat it there. However, if it's inconvenient to schlep all your food to Yerushalayim, or it's too heavy, you can be paid of it, you can redeem it onto money. You take the money to Yerushalayim, and when you're in Yerushalayim, you buy with that money food and you eat it in Yerushalayim with the Kedusha of Maaseh Sheni. However, there are certain restrictions of what you can buy with that money. As far as a chaya is concerned, if a person wants to spend his money on buying the meat of a chaya, he can do so without restriction. But if you want to spend your money on buying the meat of a behema, you cannot do so without the restriction, which is that you can only buy a behema which you're going to offer up as a korban shlomim. Since a koi cannot be offered up as a korban shlomim, and since a koi is a sofik behema, sofik chaya, therefore you cannot use your Maaseh Sheni money to buy with it a koi in Yerushalayim. Tosfos Yontif brings down that in fact this is a little strange that it's in this Mishnah at all, because it turns out that this koi is not actually like a behema or like a chaya in this respect. A chaya you could buy without any restrictions whatsoever. A behema you can also buy if you're going to offer it up as a korban. True, since you cannot offer up this koi as a korban, that's why there is a restriction on buying it with your kesef Maaseh Sheni. However, in this respect, therefore, it doesn't have a din of a behema or a din of a chaya, in which case it should really be in the next Mishnah, Mishnah Yud Aleph, which tells us the ways in which a koi is not like a behema and not like a chaya. So that's an observation made by the Tosfos Yontif. The Mishnah carries on by telling us, V'chayev b'zroya u'lochayim v'kevo. You're mechuyev to give these parts of the behema, the zroya, the l'chaim v'kevo, which is the shoulder, the cheeks, and the maw of the animal. These are part of the 24 matnas kahuna which we need to give to a kohen every time we shecht a behema. Since this koi is a sofik behema, sofik chaya, then mitam sofik, we need to take these parts of the animal and give it to a kohen when we shecht the koi. Rabbi Eliezer poita, but Rabbi Eliezer patters a person from giving these things because he says shaha moitzi mechaverei olav haraya. The rule always is, if you think I owe you money, you have to prove it. This kohen would need to come to the person and prove to him that the koi is a behema, and then you're right, then I would have to give you the zroya, the lechaim, and the kevo. But until such time as you, the kohen, cannot prove to me that this animal is a behema, I am not mechuyev to give you these matnas kahuna.